It is time again for us to start our book reviews because it's like 137,000 degrees outside here in Florida. Not even exaggerating, which means if I'm going to be laying out by the pool getting all nice and tan, I gots to have a book to read. And that is why I'm so glad you're all here joining me for a second summer initiative. This time we're going to do it a little differently. If you want to do this, and I've already actually got it in the works, if you think it's a great idea, I'd love to hear from you. This time I have pulled down the Miss Faulk site, and we are totally revamping it as we speak, and we are going to turn it into our own little book club, guys, where we exchange what we're reading. How do we like the book so far? What should we be reading? What should be next in the list? That was my number one question I had. What are we reading? And I'm not always available on Twitter, so sometimes I forget to tell you what I'm reading, and that would solve the problem. I know, it's like geniusness, if that's a word, like going on up in here. But I'm really excited to have you back. I hope you're excited. And I felt it was only logical that we start this week where we left off last time with the pickup of Eva and Gideon's story and Sylvia Day's Entwined with You. Get ready, boys and girls, because it's going to knock your socks off. So here we go into week 1, summer initiative number 2, with Sylvia Day's Entwined with You. How do I love Gideon? Oh, let me count the ways. He's hot. He's a billionaire. The dude has got a rockin' body, okay? What is not to love about this Gideon and Eva story? I'm sorry. I know sometimes I review porn books, and I mean most of the time I review porn books because I love getting lost in it. And a lot of people had a problem that I liked 50 Shades of Grey. And if you haven't seen the funny comments people love to leave on those videos, do yourself a favor and enjoy a chuckle and head on over there. So if you don't like the too much sex, too much involved scenes that are in the 50 Shades of Grey series, I really do suggest that you pick this book up. Any Sylvia Day book for that point. She gets your engines revving without going overboard. And actually, in this book, I find myself sometimes scanning through the sex scenes quickly because I'm so interested in the actual story of Gideon and Eva. I can't decide if I love Gideon or if I love Christian Grey more. I just can't. So that's something you should leave in the comments. Who do you love more? So let's get to the story really quick. We left off with someone dead in the family. Which actually, we all know by now, is Eva's brother. Stepbrother is dead. And we think Gideon is the one that killed him. Rephrase that, because I'm sure you've read it by now. It's been a year, peeps. It's Gideon. He kills the guy. He's like dead. So they've broken up. She doesn't understand why. He's with Corina, and they are pretending to be apart, or he's pretending to be apart, and she doesn't understand why. She just doesn't know yet that Gideon has pushed her away so that they're not suspects in the murder. So we go through the first half of the book with them learning to get back along, and then we have, the whole cop scene where is Detective Graves going to figure out if Gideon is the murderer or not. Where is the sapphire bracelet? Who do you think took it off the brother's hand and put it on that mob dude so that Gideon wouldn't be a suspect? I don't know about you, but I'm thinking Clancy did it. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm only thinking that because halfway through the book, we see her talking about how she is more than just a job. And I think maybe he has his eye on Gideon because of Stanton, because of the Rolex watch. And I think Clancy is going to be the one we find out. But that's just all hearsay. That's just what I think. What do you think? We go on through the book. Things get better. Carrie gets the girl knocked up, which I'm really sad about because I really love Trey. And spoiler alert, we get a proposal, but I won't tell you what she says. Does she say yes? Does she say no? I was kind of surprised by your answer. Actually, I was a lot of surprised by your answer. This is a great book. This is not new characters. This is not a new storyline. This is nice because it's just an extension of the Reflected in You book and the Bear to You book. So it's a nice, easy read. I love the Bear to You series. There's just hands down one of my top 2 in the adult mature section, because it's not all about the sex. It's actually just a great storyline. So I highly recommend this. I give it a bright 10 and 20 if I could give you my toes. And I hope you all ran out the day it came out and you all have been reading it. I mentioned way back when I first introduced Bear to you to my readers, a year ago, mind you, I see that it's all of a sudden got a lot of pickup. It's a lot like the Twilight series was, or the Hunger Games were. The books had been out for a while before they started getting noticed by all these people. So I hope you're listening to me when I say go read the book, because we are definitely ahead of the curve with this one and with all the Bear to You series. Why, do you ask? Because we have been tricked. That's right, Sylvia Day pulled a Stephanie Myers. What she has been talking about is that the Bear to You series would be a trilogy. That's 3 peeps. 1, 2, 3. So here I am, and I'm reading to the end of the book, and I keep saying, no, I can't end like this. Oh my God, I don't know the answer. And I'm so upset, like I'm literally in tears. It's kind of pathetic and sad, but it's the world that I've chosen to live in. When I get to the very last page, and ladies and gentlemen, I shall read it to you right now. Yes, dear reader, you're right. This can't possibly be the end. Gideon Eva's journey isn't quite finished yet. I look forward to seeing where they'll take you next. Always best, Sylvia. What? Did I just read that? I did just read that. I read that. We are getting another one. I was so excited. I just can't stand it. We are not done with the Eva and Gideon story. There's more to come. I, for one, cannot wait. However, I hope we don't have another problem like we did with this one, where the date keeps getting pushed back and pushed back. I can't possibly wait another year for this book. So I hope whoever her publisher is, they are shutting out some money so that we can get this out ASAP. Okay. So what did you think? Were you surprised by the ending? I really was, but I'm excited we're not done with the story just quite yet. And it's so funny because as I was talking about that, I kept telling everyone who my Gideon in my head is, which is Jake Owen, and I mentioned that in my hiccups, in the very first Bear to You book. And if you do not know who Jake Owens is, please do yourself and Google that gorgeous, handsome, rugged-looking man. He is a country singer, which is now most popularly known for Barefoot Blue Jean Night. However, as soon as I got through telling that, he tweeted a picture of himself working out. And as we found out in this book, Gideon likes to work out. And this is the photo. OMG. If that doesn't scream Gideon Cross, I don't know what does. So, dear Sylvia Day, if you think you're going to turn this into a movie, which I highly suggest you do, you go find Jake Owen and you make him do this. Okay? Like, there's no other words. He has to do this movie. I'm still not 100% sure who I think should play Eva. Not even a little bit. I think maybe it should be an unknown. But the girl, in my mind, has brown hair. I want her to have blonde. But she just doesn't, and I can't think of a single blonde that could pull off this role yet, although I am watching, which I guess you could always dye your hair, but then you end up coming looking like Rosalie or Carlisle, and that blonde just looks hideous. So we'll have to figure out a good Eva. I would love to hear your suggestions, so leave them down in the comments for me, okay? Thanks. So what can we look forward to reading next week? Or better yet, what can you look forward to as a book review? I was actually walking through Books and Noble, that's not even a store. That just shows you how often I'm there. I can't even get their names right. I said, Megan, get your head in the right place and find a normal book for people to read. And I came across one that I'm pretty excited about. It's called The Testing. And it has this really pretty blue book with like a clock, like an old-timey watch on it. But those little covers irritate me. I don't know if you're like me. I have to take them off. My hands slip on them. But it's by this guy whose name I'm not even going to try to murder. But I was told if I loved the Hunger Games, I would love this story. So far, what I can gather out of it, and mind you, I'm only like 50 pages deep. I just started it yesterday. it's kind of like the Hunger Games. The world has been taken over by war and everything is disintegrated and they're having to start from scratch, much like the Hunger Games were. And they have the Commonwealth government. And once you graduate high school, you either choose to be whatever you're going to be the rest of your life, whether it be working on tractors or whatever it is that you're going to do. Or you can get chosen for the testing. And the testing, if you pass it, you go to university and you go to college, to which you will learn to genetically alter like plants and grow tomatoes and find electricity, because they're totally starting back up from these colonies. Well, she gets chosen to go, her name's Kaya, she gets chosen to go into the testing. However, what we can gather is the testing is kind of like the Hunger Games, where people die as they learn if they're going to go into college or not. It's like challenges and stuff. So I'm kind of excited to see if it adds up to the hype and if it's just another wannabe, like a lot of the 50 Shades of Grey books. I've just wanted to be like horrible attempts to get theirs popular. So I'm excited to read this. Go buy it at your bookstore, download it on your Nook, do whatever it is you got to do. Follow me. And come back soon and check out missfaulk.com and let me know what you're thinking of the site so far. Right now it's down, as I said. It's getting a complete overhaul, and I cannot wait for all of you to join me for this year's book tour and book summer initiative as we finish what we're going to read and make our list grow and grow with our imaginations. So leave some comments on books you're reading, if you're excited about the website. Who's your Eva? Who is your Gideon? Who's your Carrie? Who's your Clancy? Who is whoever you want to tell me who you love. Okay, guys? Because I love y'all, and I'm so excited to be back and to have you back joining me. So until next week, we're going to be going over the testing. I will see you later, baby. Bye.